Hey, how you doing out there? Welcome, welcome. I am Coach Glenn the Bear with cameraman Dan the Man coming to you from Casa 15 Hundo in Metairie, Louisiana, right on the edge of Bucktown, LA. Hope you all are off to a great start today. Before we begin, I just want to say thank you so very much for all of the birthday wishes I got yesterday, the happy birthdays from many, many people. And over like 300 people sent me some sort of happy birthday, and I greatly appreciate it. Can't tell you how much that meant to me right in here. So thank you for that. Yesterday, I forgot to close with the Serenity Prayer. Sorry about that, but I'll try and remember to start with it and close with it today. So let's begin. Man, I'm excited. Turned to the wrong side already. Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking as Jesus did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender, big word, to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. There are a couple of readings this morning that I really thought were very good and important to share. So if you bear with me, again, pardon the pun, I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to start first with the Daily Reflections book for April 9th. Today is Thursday, April 9th, 2020. For all of you that are of a certain religious denomination, this is Holy Week for you. Today is Holy Thursday, so just want to wish you all a happy Easter Triduum. So just wanted to say that. April 9th. When unhealthy thinking and action is involved, I lived in spiritual, emotional, and sometimes physical confinement. I had constructed my prison with bars of self-will and self-indulgence from which I could not escape. Occasional dry spells from that behavior that seemed to promise freedom would turn out to be little more than hopes of a reprieve. True escape required a willingness to follow whatever right actions were needed to turn the lock. With that willingness and action, and today I'm going to talk about being into action, and we've touched on that before. Both the lock and the bars themselves open for me. Continued willingness and action keep me free in a kind of extended daily probation that need never end. I like that. Think about that. Before I move on to the 24-hour book, I want to read a couple of thoughts of the day that were sent to me, one by my main man Bernie, one by my main man Jeb. Thoughts for the day from Bernie. Remember to thank God for another day. Very simple, very to the point, very true. That's what I'm trying to do right now for myself, and that is thank God for every day, live in gratitude, live for 24 hours, live for the day, win the day, and spend my day just in that moment. The other one from my cousin Jeb, our attitude towards others, let me restart. Expectations are premeditated resentments. Found that interesting. Expectations are premeditated resentments. And resentments are a big thing for me, as many people, that lead to other problems. Expectations are premeditated resentments. Our attitude towards others determines their attitude towards us. That really made me stop and think. You know, a lot of times when I've had disagreements with people, whatever the case may be, I do say that a lot, I notice, whatever the case may be, but I like it and I'm going to continue to do it. But I always want to look for their role, I guess, to make myself feel better or take blame off myself. But I don't really look at my role as deeply because it hurts more, right? It hurts more. And, I'm surprised when someone has done something towards me and I hold a resentment or whatever the situation is. And when I do something towards that person, I want them to readily forgive me in the moment. And I need to start really, really living more by what our thoughts were for the day. And again, that's what I'm trying to do. Live for the day, win the day. From the 24-hour book for April 9th, meditation for the day. All that depresses you, all that you fear, is really powerless to harm you. Let me read that again because that struck me immediately this morning when a friend of mine read it. All that depresses you, all that you fear, is really powerless to harm you. These things are but phantoms. So arise from earth's bonds, from depression, distrust, fear, and all that hinders your new life. Arise to beauty, joy, peace, and work inspired by love. Rise from death to life. You do not even need to fear death. All past sins are forgiven if you live and you love and you work with God. Let nothing hinder your new life. Seek to know more and more of that new way of living. This journey, this road to happy destiny, this RTHD for me is right here in that meditation for the day. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to share with you, my journey. And again, if this helps somebody, that is outstanding. That is great. I'm jacked up on Mountain Dew about that. I'm really excited. I got a beautiful, beautiful email last night from my Aunt Joy, my cousin Joy, one of my mom's best friends in the entire world. It was a beautiful email for me, for what I am doing. She is a therapist, and it gave me a lot of inspiration to continue this journey with you, and hopefully you join the ride. We riding? Well, I'm with you, homie. And I'm telling you, I want to read it, but I want to get her permission first. So possibly that will be tomorrow, and I could spend the whole 10, 12 minutes on that because it is beautiful. And I cannot tell you, Joy, a.k.a. Pie, thank you so very much for that. Once again, I want to thank everybody for all the birthday wishes, for the additions to the cross wall. The big one right here. The one up there is a circle. It's got a cross in it. It says RTHD. Thank you so much for that gift, Shani Boo. I appreciate it. Once again, thank you, Mo, for that. I appreciate it. And I want to just say the first part of the prayer for the day at this time from this same 24 Hours a Day book. I pray that I may let God live in me as I work for Him. Now, is what I'm doing right now God's work? I don't know. I know this. It's helping me. I feel phenomenal when we finish an episode. We're on season 1, episode 10. Again, a lot of people say, well, maybe every day's too much. Your viewers are going down. You know what? Jimmy cracked corn, and I'm not concerned. Because at the end of it, I'm helping me. Dan the Man has told me he enjoys doing this and finds some good things in it for him. So, hey, I pray that I may let God live in me as I work for Him. And hopefully I am, in some small way, doing God's work. Well, I was going to talk about into action. I was going to talk about more gratitude. Really kind of running low on time. And there's one thing I want to do before we end with the Serenity Prayer. Oh, I sat the whole time today. Wow. Into action. Here's what I'm going to leave you with today. What can you find today that you've been thinking about? or wanting to do that you can put into action today, Thursday, April 9th, 2020? What is it that you can put into action today? I've been doing little projects around here. Some have come out well, some have not been coming out too well. Trying to paint a little section of my front door. It's just average. But hey, I'm putting it into action. I'm at least giving it a try. That's a little thing. What are the little things you can put into action that will lead into bigger things? This show is putting things into action for me. What can you have gratitude for? I am thankful today for today. That's a little thing. That's what I have gratitude for. I'm thankful that I walk every morning with my dad. We take Sundays off. I have gratitude for that. We finished our walk this morning and I had gratitude. I'm grateful for the entire day. What do you have gratitude for today? Some of you sent me those birthday messages yesterday and I appreciate that. Those that did that. So, before we go with the prayer, here's my little thing I'm going to leave you with as well. Recruitment. My friend Gordo, my daughter Liv Mel Stiles, have been talking to me the last couple of days about doing a podcast in addition to this. Right now, I am looking for people that would like to be guests on this show or the podcast. We do not have to talk about any of your personal information. We can just talk about what is on your mind from the perspective of a high school teen. I'm recruiting you all. 20-something. I'm recruiting you all. 30-something, 40-something,